practice is festive stretch. So maybe you want to invite the family, or if you can't invite the family in the room with you, then maybe send them the link and let them join you at the same time. I'm doing my sequence with Dot and Dottie, and Dot is my mum and Dottie is my daughter, so it's a real family little stretch get together. So we're going to start working with our fingers because we lose our wrists sometimes as we go through our years, so we're going to work with the fingers. Thumb inside the hand, and then we're just going to clasp the fingers over the thumb, and we're just going to start to flick. So we want nice nimble fingers in order for us to open up Christmas presents. So you want to have your shoulder, elbow and wrist in line. Just keep flicking. Start to feel it in the forearms shortly. Just a couple more flicks. And just really work into those forearms and wrist and finger joints. Couple more. How are we doing?
Very good. Yeah.
We're doing. And then we release. Soften the shoulders. Bring the hands down by the side of the body. And then inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale all the way down to your heart center. So inhale all the way up.
Ooh, creaky.
And exhale down to your heart. Let's do two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale down to your heart. And then the last one, inhale, lift. And exhale down to your heart. We're going to take the arms long in front of us and clasp the fingers once more, and then just turn the hands away from us. And we're working into the shoulders, rising up. And exhale down. Two more. Inhale up. And exhale down, and then this is the last one. Inhale up and exhale down. We're coming into all fours now. We're working to the spine nice and gently. So coming into all fours, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. You can tuck your toes if you want to, or you can leave them untucked, whichever feels appropriate to you. Going to inhale the gaze up and the buttocks up to the ceiling, so we have a back bend. And then on the exhale, rounding your back, gaze to your navel, back stretch. So let's take the flow. Inhale, gaze up, buttocks up. Exhale, rounding and stretching. Two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding. And then the last one, inhale, lift. And exhale, rounding. So we're going to move the hips back now and settle into child posture. I'm going to ask you to open your knees nice and wide, really wide, but keep your big toes together. And then we'll settle down deeper into what we call wisdom posture. So the arms are nice and long, and maybe the chest is approaching the floor. And we're just going to settle down into wisdom. And then we'll walk the hands all the way back, and we'll come back into that all fours position again. So the hands again underneath the shoulders, the knees again underneath the hips. Tuck your left toe under, and stretch your right leg long. Nice hamstring stretch. You'll push away with that right heel, toes on the mat. No giggling, girls. And then bring the other knee in and off the leg. Toe on the mat, toe on the mat. Push the heel away, toe on the mat, no pointy toes. Toe on the mat, that's it. We're going to do one more round of that. Bring that knee back in again. Okay, let's get it right. Leg out, toe on the mat, push the heel away. Feel it? Yes, good work. Back to center, opposite leg. Push toe on the mat, push the heel away. And then back to center. Good work. So now we're going to go into the hips. So left toe tucks and right leg rises to the ceiling.
Ooh, little threat. That's moved.
Round your back and draw your knee into your nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding, draw the knee into the nose. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding, draw the knee into the nose. Bring that knee down. Tuck that right toe. Left leg. Stretch it. Lift it. Gaze up. Leg up. Round the back, knee to nose. Inhale, lift, goes up, round the back, knee to nose, and then the last one, inhale, lift up, exhale, rounding and drawing in. And then bring the knees to the mat, untap the toes, and let's child posture or wisdom, your choice, knees wide apart, and settle down into a nice, soft, easy stretch of the back. And then slowly we'll come all the way up. We'll bring those knees together. And let's just sit down again. So we're just going to work into the sides of the body. So the spine is straight, there's no slumping. So think about your shoulders coming back and dropping down. Nice straight spines. You can talk, guys, if you want to. Okay. So we're going to take the left arm all the way up. And we're going to stretch. And then come all the way back. We're just going to windmill the arms and stretch again. And then again, stretch. Just feel that nice lateral stretch. Nice easy breathing. And then we're going to do one more round. And finish on the left. And then bring ourselves back. Bring your fingertips behind you and lengthen through the spine. We're going to come to a standing position. Us guys are going to go through downward facing dog. You have plenty of time to get to standing. We're going to stay in downward facing dog for a couple of breaths. So take your time if you want to just get to standing. And then we're coming through down dog. So we will return to child posture. So let's have the buttocks close to the heels, the arms super long. Now we're on a mat here, so we haven't got a yoga mat. So if you haven't got a yoga mat, please be careful in down dog. We don't want any slipping, don't want any accidents before our Christmas. So take an inhale. You want to have the long, long arms on the exhale. And then come onto your knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips. We're in down dog, or you're just coming into standing. Feel free to bend your knees in down dog if you want to, or straighten the legs in downward facing dog, whichever feels appropriate to you. Think about your navel, draw your navel towards the spine, and then we'll take that slow walk forward, all the way forward. Bend the knees, engage the core, inhale, rise all the way up, and exhale back. And then we're coming into what we call Utkatasana. So we're just going to sit down for our Christmas lunch, but we're going to sit down slowly. So back issues, keep your arms here. No back issues, take your arms all the way up. And on the exhale, take a seat. So we want to have a nice zigzag.
Legs apart? Or?
Legs can be together, legs can be apart, whichever good question, whatever feels good to you. 2 more breaths, inhaling. Tummy in, exhaling. Last one. And then inhale as the rise and exhale back. Going to take the arms all the way up. Interlock those fingers again. Take an inhale and exhale over to the right. Find that lateral stretch again. Inhale back to the center and exhale over to the left. One more inhale. Exhale over. Work with your breath. Inhale and exhale over. Then inhale back to the center and exhale. So we're going to go into tree posture, but today we're going to be Christmas trees. And we're going to be working with the chakras. So Dottie and Dot are going to use the chair or a wall to support them. We're going to be here for a while. If you love your tree, stay in tree as long as I'm doing the chakras. So your chakras are energy centers. We're going to waken up the energy centers all the way through the body to make sure that we're all nice and free and easy for our Christmas celebrations. So taking the outside leg either on the floor, either on the shin, or up into the thigh, whichever feels appropriate, but please do not be near your knee. Your knee should not be compromised. So working with the chakras, beautiful chakras, spine is straight. Anytime you want, you can pop that leg back down again. So we're working base of the spine, Muladhara chakra. It's shiny red and it's filled with love for your family and friends. So a nice shiny red bauble going on our Christmas tree. The second chakra, Swanistana, is 2 inches below the navel. It's bright orange. It's filled with creativity and romance. I'm getting tired, guys.
Feels good. Wibbly wobbly.
The third chakra is located in the stomach area, Manipura chakra. Bright yellow, filled with confidence in all that you do. The fourth chakra is the heart chakra, Anahata. It's emerald green and filled with compassion for those who are not as fortunate as yourself. Change legs. Let's see those rears. Okay.
Christmas rears.
The fifth chakra is the throat chakra. It's blue and filled with love for yourself. The sixth chakra is Anya. It's violet and it's just between the eyebrows. And it's filled with humility, allowing us to be grateful for what we have and admitting to our mistakes. And then the seventh chakra is at the crown of the head. It's a luminous chakra and it's filled with enlightenment. Now come out of your tree. You can face the camera if you want, or you can just have the rear to the camera, your choice. But close your eyes now and imagine an angel sprinkling angel dust onto your Christmas tree. Allow you to make a private affirmation. In yoga it's called a sankalpa. To take you through 2021. So thank you guys. Thank you Christmas trees. Well done. Okay, we're going to come back down onto the mat. Now we can come through a downward facing dog if you want to. Or we can just sit long-legged on the mat. We're all going to come through downward facing dog. Going to lift the arms all the way up. Bend the knees. Hands firmly on the mat. Right leg stretches behind us. Remember that original stretch. Left leg is downward facing dog. Dottie is going to come into plank. And hold her plank. Push your heels away, Dottie. Dot and I are going to stay in downward facing dog. One more breath. And let's bring our knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, buttocks to heels, and release. Then we're going to come up into that nice long-legged posture. So those who are already there, we're joining you. Nice long legs. Spine is straight, really straight the spine. Now open the legs wide. Now take the flesh around your sit bone and move it back, just so you're actually seated on your sit bone. Hamstrings, bend your knees. If these hamstrings are screaming at you, bend your knees. You're going to need to, and you're going to need to bend them if you want to come a little bit further forward as well. But think about the spine being straight. Lengthen up. So inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale, lengthen through the spine. Don't fall forward yet. So inhale, lift. If you want to make it a bit tougher, draw your toes towards the direction of your body. Take an inhale and exhale. Keep the spine straight. Inhale lifts you up. Exhale, we lengthen. And then one more inhale lifts you up. And exhale here. Now I'm going to lift up a little bit higher, toes towards us. And we're going to keep the spine long and let the hands lay wherever they lay. They may be here, they may be here. It doesn't really matter, the knees may be bent, but the spine is straight. You're going to keep that spine straight. And then with the spine being straight, we're going to walk the fingers forward. Now you'll need to keep looking forward to enable your spine to be straight. But keep inhaling, toes can draw in, make it tougher, or they can be released. Exhale, walk. Keep that spine straight. Do not round your back. Once you round your back, you'll pull on your lumbar area here. We don't want to do that. I'll get you to round the back in a minute and have a nice back stretch. For the moment, we're into the hips and the hamstrings. Take an inhale, walk, exhale, back is still straight. If I bow my head, then I'll pull here. Don't want to do that. So I lift my head up and I lengthen through the whole of the back, through the hamstrings. One more breath. Very glad you did your nails. And then we walk the hands all the way back. Pick up the knees. And this time, legs are long. So we are going to round the back now. So just bring your hands underneath your knees, arms underneath, and just have a nice round of the back. Now, if you keep your chest attached to your thighs, almost like they're super glued, you can let the heels go forward a little bit, but you need to keep the chest attached to the thighs. So once your chest leaves that thighs, you're back into that lumbar. We don't want to be there. So keep the chest into the thighs and keep straightening and rounding the back, and then you can bow your head. And then slowly bring the fingertips to the earth. We're going to rise all the way up. And we're going to come into our back stretch and a back exercise in cobra. Or we're just going to have a lay down. So we're going to lay on our tummies and bring your hands underneath your forehead first of all.
Nice little rest.
Now this is a back bend. So you can quite happily stay here with this nice back bend. We need to do a little back bend after our forward bend. It's a nice counter posture. If you want to go a little bit deeper, then draw your arms towards your chest, elbows underneath shoulders, and we are in Sphinx posture. So the elbows need to be underneath the shoulders, and this will allow you to lift your chest a little bit more. Try not to lift the head up. Gaze is just neutral. Now if you're finding it a little bit challenging to even come into this posture, you can place a rolled up towel underneath your pelvis, and this will make it a little bit more accessible for you. So please, there's two options of back bend now already. There's the one we've just done. There's also your Sphinx. We're going to go into Cobra, which is a little bit more intense. So we're going to lay the belly down, so feel free to stay in any of the back bends you want. Hands now come underneath the shoulders, and the elbows really tuck into the rib cage. Feel what happens in the shoulders when you tuck those elbows in. And then we first, before we put any pressure on the hands, we lift the chest, and we lift the chin, and then we start to put some pressure through the hands, rising us up into Cobra. Now keep your pubic bone on the mat. So you're feeling a deeper back bend here, that's fine. Mum's taken the good option. Now what's happened with your buttocks? Did they squeeze or did they relax?
They relaxed.
Just check out, mine squeezed. Okay, and then release. And we're going to do that one more time. So elbows in, and then we rise, rise, rise. And don't worry whether they squeezed or they relaxed. We're into the back bend. The buttocks decide to do what they want to do. And then we're going to come all the way down. And we're going to return to hands underneath the forehead. And then from here, we're coming back into that child posture. So hands underneath the shoulders, and we slowly rise through that cobra, and then we come to the knees. Whoa, take it slow, and then hips back, butts back, and a nice child posture. Or remember, you can open those knees nice and wide and release. Whatever feels appropriate to you. And then we'll finish with a final twist, so you're coming onto your backs. Lay down on your back.
Okay, onto
Just
your
wait.
Sleep time. I think we're going to rock into the left.
That's social distancing. You're going to have angel arms. You can have arms wide if you have enough room, but social distancing, I'm touching Mum, I shouldn't be touching her. Angel arms.
We're a bubble.
Okay, we are a bubble actually, but even so we shouldn't be touching. Okay, we're going to just either drop the knees to the right, but put your feet on the flat one, like this, and drop the knees to the right. We're either going to stay here, or we're going to just do a little bit of abdominal work. So if you want to do a little bit of abdominal work, bring the feet flat back onto the mat, draw your knees into your chest, and then take the knees to the right, the hover. Oh, feels good. Back to the centre, and exhale over to the left. Back to the centre, to the right, just working with those external obliques and working with the spine. Let's do one more round. And if you want to, you can stay here and hover a little bit longer, your choices, or you can even straighten your legs. I'm not going to straighten my legs today, but you can. It's quite tough, but keep your shoulders on the mat. Back to the centre, over there. Dottie's doing a quick demo. Back to the centre, do the other side, Dottie. And then back to the centre, both knees into chest. Oh,
Rock and roll.
that's good. Now, when we've had our Christmas dinner and we're all really, really full and you don't know what to do with your belly, here's a good little tip. Come into this position. Place your hands on your knees and push your knees away until your arms are long. Take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, open your mouth, draw the knees in.
Head on the floor or what?
Head stays on the floor. Inhale, push the knees away, arms are long. Open the mouth, hard breath, exhale, draw the knees in. I hate to tell you guys, this is a wind releasing pose, do it on your own. Inhale.
Charming.
Exhale. Two more, no problems here. Take an inhale, exhale, and then the last one, inhale,
What have you roped me into?
and exhale. Good work, guys. Feet flat onto the mat. Now, if you have spine issues, you may want to leave the feet flat here. Nice long legs. Slowly, quietly, long legs. Soften the shoulders. We've had our family stretch, so we can go for our afternoon tea now maybe. Nice easy breathing. Now just a little bit of seriousness. Think about how you would like changes in your life for 2021. So make that affirmation now. It shouldn't be I want, it should be I will be. It's called a sankalpa, it's an affirmation. So whatever you want for yourself in 2021, make an affirmation, I will be, or I am. You want to make it more strong. I will be, or I am. Your affirmation may not come to you straight away. It may take time for that affirmation to arise, but it will come. And then repeat your affirmation when you wake, when you sleep, or any time you're in need. Repeat your sankalpa, your affirmation. So if you have made one, repeat it 3 times now. And then bring your feet flat to the mat, knees into chest. Let's have that final rock and roll. Bring your feet flat to the mat. We're all rolling to the right. And we're coming up into a seated position. And just to wish you a happy Christmas. So Dottie's going to say a few words.
Oh, happy Christmas, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful new year and stay happy and healthy.
And Mum's going to have
A very, very happy new year. Oh, let's hope we have a different one.
a happy new year from me as well.
Thank you, Mum.
Enjoy your yoga, and maybe one of those affirmations, I will be doing yoga. Who knows? Hands in front of your hearts. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Bow your head. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be peaceful. May I be healthy. And may I be happy. Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye guys. See you on the mat. New Year's coming up. It's still online.